Welcome back for another episode of the Sports Playbook, where I'll give you a breakdown of what's been happening in the world of sport over the last 7 days. You're joined by your host, Demos. I'll say it once again, there's been a lot happening in the world of sport in the last 7 days. So the clock's ticking, you know the drill, let's get right into it. In AFLW, Chloe Dalton retires from professional sport. Chloe has unfortunately been unable to bounce back from her second back surgery that she had 9 months ago. Dalton has had an incredible professional sporting career, including representing the Sydney Flames in the WNBL. Dalton represented Australia in Rugby Sevens, including being world champions in the 2014-2015 season. Dalton was also part of the gold medal winning Rio 2016 Rugby Sevens team that beat New Zealand 24-17. Dalton later switched codes to AFLW, where she started off at Carlton before going back to Rugby Sevens and then finishing her career at the GWS Giants. But probably one of Dalton's proudest achievements is setting up the Female Athlete Project. Since 2020, it has gained over 190,000 Instagram followers. Well done to Chloe on an illustrious career. In the AFL, the Brisbane Lions spoiled Patrick Dangerfield's 350th game. The Brisbane Lions walked into Geelong Stadium in a total whiteout. Every person in the stadium had a white t-shirt to create a cauldron-like feel, very much like US sports. The Lions got back to their winning ways, defeating the Geelong Cats by 41 points. But interesting though, it's the first time in 22 years that the Lions have defeated Geelong in Geelong. The win puts the Brisbane Lions into second position on the ladder, and with a bye next week, they are well placed for the run home. In other matches, North Melbourne upset Carlton by 11 points. This comes almost 2 months after Carlton put away North Melbourne in quite the thumping on Good Friday. But Carlton were down by as much as 46 points at the end of the third quarter. The GWS Giants came from behind to defeat the Gold Coast Suns 106-99. The Swans kept their season alive, still having those goal-kicking yips, but they defeated Port Adelaide by 19 points in Adelaide. Swans secure 11th spot and keep their finals hopes alive. In netball, the New South Wales Swifts come from 11 points down to defeat the Giants in the Sydney Derby. In front of a sold-out Ken Rosewell Arena, the Giants led in the first quarter 21-10, but the New South Wales Swifts slowly chipped away at the lead. By the end of the third quarter, Helen Housby rose to the occasion once again, nailing back-to-back super shots to tie it up 52 apiece going into the final quarter. But the Swifts ran away with the result in the end, defeating the Giants 75-66 in the 20th edition of the Sydney Derby. Tegan O'Shaughnessy finished the match with 6 gains, 6 deflections and 4 rebounds in a starring performance. Paige Hadley finished the match with 18 goal assists and 28 feeds. So you can see why both Paige and Tegan were named co-player of the matches at the end of the game. In the NRL, the Panthers stunned the Warriors in New Zealand. With all their origin stars rested, the Panthers flew to New Zealand to take on the in-form Warriors. But the Warriors were outclassed by the Panthers, 28-18. It was only a few weeks ago that the Panthers were dead last in the competition, and now it's round 16 and they are back into the top 8. In other games, Alex Johnson scored 4 tries for the Rabbitohs, but it wasn't enough to defeat the Storm, with a Ryan Pappenhausen field goal sealing the win for the Storm. Johnston is now only 6 tries away from the all-time NRL try-scoring record held by Ken Irvine with 212 tries. Johnston sits on 206, and with about 10 rounds to go in the competition, I'm sure that all the fans will be hoping that Johnston can secure this record before the end of the season. In the NBA Finals, OKC Thunder win their first championship. The Thunder won the match 103-91 to take out the NBA Final Series 4-3. For the Indiana Pacers, they were unfortunately on the back foot, with their star Tyrese Halliburton unfortunately rupturing his Achilles in the first quarter. This injury could unfortunately lead to Halliburton missing majority of the 25 to 26 NBA season campaign. But for the Pacers, they fought on valiantly, even leading going into halftime. It's the first time since 2016 that we have seen a 7-game NBA final series. The last time that happened, the Cleveland Cavaliers won that series. In Super Rugby, the Crusaders win their 13th Super Rugby title. In Christchurch, the Crusaders defeated the Chiefs 16-12. And you wouldn't believe this, but the Crusaders have won their 32nd consecutive home playoff match. Former Wallabies playmaker James O'Connor made it off the bench and onto the field with a couple minutes to go to celebrate the victory. In golf, Minjee Lee wins her 3rd major in her career. Lee claimed the Women's PGA Championship by 3 shots in Texas. Lee overcame early struggles to have 2 clutch birdies on the back 9 to finish 2 over for the round and 4 under for the tournament. With that win, Lee becomes only the 4th Australian to win 3 golf majors in their career. For Lee, she won a sweet $1.8 million for the PGA Championship. And with that, we will take a short break and after, get into your burning rubber breakdown. It's time for the burning rubber breakdown. Let's burn it up. In supercars, Brock Feeney wins the Darwin Triple Crown. For those that don't know what the Darwin Triple Crown is, a driver must win all 3 races over the weekend and secure pole in the Sunday shootout, which to do this is incredibly hard. And what this is a driver clean sweeping the whole weekend, which is what Brock Feeney in the number 88 Red Bull achieved over the weekend. Brock took out all 3 races and won the Sunday shootout. Brock continues to hold onto the championship lead from his teammate Will Brown by 183 points. Well done to Brock Feeney. That is your burning rubber breakdown for the week. And now it's time to get into your fast fact for a pub chat. It's time to pull yourself a chair and pour yourself a drink. It's this week's fast fact for a pub chat. And it only seems fitting that with the NBA playoffs just finishing, that this week's fast fact is about the OKC Thunder who won their first championship. Did you know that the OKC Thunder became the first team in nearly 30 years to win 68 regular season games, plus the championship in the same year? For those that don't know, each team needs to play 82 games during the regular season before they make the playoffs. That is your fast fact for a pub chat. And now it's time to get into our final segment. It's the Playbook Planner. Here are some games to look forward to this weekend. In the NRL, the Panthers take on the Bulldogs Thursday, the 26th of June at 7:50 p.m. You can catch this on Channel 9, Foxtel or KO. In football, the Matildas are back at home, up against Slovenia. They play on Thursday, the 26th of June at 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Saving Time. You can catch this on Channel 10 or 10 Play. In the AFL, the Swans will take on the Western Bulldogs on Friday, the 27th of June at 7:40 p.m. You can catch this game on Channel 7, KO or Foxtel. Also in the AFL, the Gold Coast Suns will take on the Melbourne Demons on Saturday, the 28th of June at 1:20 p.m. You can catch this game only on KO Sports and Foxtel. In the NRL, it's a top 8 clash. It's the Broncos taking on the Warriors on Saturday, the 28th of June at 3 p.m. You can catch this game only on KO Sports and Foxtel. In netball, the Sunshine Coast Lightning take on the West Coast Fever on Saturday, the 28th of June at 5 p.m. You can catch this game on KO, Foxtel or Binge. In rugby union, the British and Irish Lions are in Australia and they play their first game up against the Western Force on Saturday, the 28th of June at 8 p.m. You can catch this game on Stan Sport. In the NRL, it's another battle of the top 8. It's the Storm taking on the Sharks on Sunday, the 29th of June at 2 p.m. You can catch this game only on Kayo Sports and Foxtel. In the netball, the Melbourne Vixens take on the Adelaide Thunderbirds. Also on Sunday, the 29th of June at 2 p.m. You can catch this on Kayo, Foxtel, or Binge. And finally, Formula One is back with the Austrian Grand Prix. It's on Sunday, the 29th of June at 11 p.m. You can catch this on Kayo and Foxtel. And with that, we have come to the end of today's show. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next play.